Chairman Thune, Ranking Member Nelson, and members of this committee. Thank you for your time today. I'm Mike Cartney, President of Lake Area Technical Institute in Watertown, South Dakota, this year's recipient of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. I commend this committee for taking on the topic of this national skills work gap and the potential solutions. Community colleges, and specifically technical colleges, are often amongst the community's first responders for workforce and economic demands. Let me briefly introduce you to Lake Area Technical Institute. We are a public two-year college with student population of nearly 2,500 students, offering 29 career-focused programs of study. Our graduation rate is nearly twice the national average, and we place 99% of our graduates. And those graduates earn 27% more than other new starts in the regions. Our student loan default is half that of the national average. We are extremely proud of every one of our student successes, and we cherish our industry and community ties. The technical evolution of the workplace requires even entry-level employees to possess more education and training than ever before. But the U.S. approach and focus on post-secondary education does not align with the country's workforce needs. 80% of the jobs in 2025 will require post-secondary education, and 80% of those jobs will require post-secondary credential short of a four-year degree. Yet we continue to strongly value and push our students towards four-year degrees, resulting in a mismatch between the education people are receiving and the workforce needs. Simultaneously, there are great jobs available for those with the right skills. Trail King Industries, a South Dakota-based manufacturing, had to turn down $20 million in contracts because they could not find welders. South Dakota businesses such as Muth Electric, Sheehan Mac, 3M, Avera Healthcare, Prairie Lakes Healthcare, Worthington Industries, and Big Stone Power have been forced to turn away contracts, delay or forego expansion, or leave positions unfilled simply because they could not find properly skilled workers available. Today, South Dakota could quadruple our welding, electrician, and licensed practical nursing capacities and still not meet the openings available just in our state. And this scenario repeats across every state in the nation, predominantly in the manufacturing, energy, healthcare, aerospace, and transportation industries. Recently, South Dakota amended our constitution, to recognize technical education. In addition to the traditional K-12 and higher education system, we now have what I like to refer to as higher education. That's H-I-R-E in our technical education system. South Dakota's technical institutes have partnered with industries and communities and the state government to take on the skills gap. Over 300 businesses work with our program staff and students to provide a relevant educational experience that supports our state's workforce demands. These businesses consult on and oversee curriculum, provide internships, provide training aids and equipment, mentor our students, and most importantly, they hire our students. They are heavily invested in their workforce pipeline. Through the vision and generosity of T. Denny Sanford and Governor Dugard, many students receive full-ride scholarships at South Dakota's technical institutes in return for working in South Dakota. Lake Area Technical Institute Stretch the Million program further leverages those funds and adds another 30% of scholarship winners for those that are willing to work for a specific company. Through tightly knit student cohorts and a clearly defined graduation path with close connections to industry, trained instructors has been a formula for success in South Dakota's Technical Institute for over 50 years. Our students' education also includes the soft skills needed to be successful in today's market. We view college as a pathway, not a destination, so we redefine success as placement, not graduation. And we know that for 40% of our students, college is a pathway out of poverty, so we focus on keeping college affordable. So a road that was previously less traveled now seems achievable and a journey worth taking. In closing, the technical skills gap is not solely an industry problem. It is not solely a government problem, and it is not solely an education problem. It's a multifaceted problem that requires a multifaceted response. First, we need to tighten our bonds between the education and industries. We must re-image high-demand occupations so they are highly valued by society. There are great jobs with great pay, great work environments with great people, and we need them. Early engagement with our middle school and high schools must inform young minds and their parents of the great opportunities available. Second, we must align post-secondary education with the emerging workforce demands and provide the infrastructure and tools to ensure our educational system is responsive to industry as well as individual needs. We need to merge and align our educational careers with our occupational careers by providing a just-in-time education system, and education must better value work experience. Third, federal, state, and local governments must look for innovative ways to be catalysts for workforce development. Possible solutions include development grants for critical needs, establishing programs like South Dakota's Build Dakota programs to make college achievable in exchange for work commitments. Support for low income and assistance in building infrastructure and expanding workforce targeted at educational opportunities are also needed. Finally, establishing centers of excellence for career and technical education focused on generating and sustaining the technically skilled workforce in a scalable, proven, and cost-effective manner has to be on the table. I again commend this committee. Thank you for going the extra mile to make our nation the greatest place to live, work, and learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Cartney.